Hello guys. Zingele here. If you're coming across this YouTube channel for the first time, welcome. Please subscribe and remember to share and leave a comment in the comment section. And if you're a retainee, welcome back, darling. And today we are going to talk about Somizi. Somizi is a household name that we are holding very high in the country. He is the it man of South Africa. He is that person. Now, the thing that makes me wish to talk about him is because he has released season 5 of Living the Life with Somizi, which is his reality TV for those who do not know what Living the Life with Somizi is. Now, Living the Life with Somizi season 5 started airing yesterday, I think. But a day before then, he had a whole party with few friends that he invited to the premiere of it, and they were the first people that could pre-watch it before the whole nation. Fine. Now that sparked the conversation again into his matter, because if you can remember very well, let me just give you a background just for whoever it is that is not clued up with Living the Life with Somizi. In the first and second season of Living the Life with Somizi, there were few people that he introduced. Among them, there was his friend called Tammy. We know that him and Tammy come way back, and he even introduced that him and Tammy coming a long way back even includes the fact that there was a time when they did not have anything, any money. Between the two of them, there were few coins, but they struggled together and make something to eat. And I really applaud them, because since then they made a huge change for themselves. As we do know that Somizi today is a multi-millionaire. He is worth millions. Now, I think towards season 3, he started introducing us. If it's not season 3, it was season 4, where he introduced us to the person that was going to be his husband. At that time, they were just in a relationship. Their relationship was still new. He introduced us to him, and this guy was about 22, 23 at the time. His name is Mohale Motaung, and him and Mohale Motaung were having this hot relationship. But I must say the cracks started showing in that season. As viewers, we could see the cracks into that relationship, because upon watching that, Mohale did not seem to be into Somizi the way Somizi was into him. So he looked like he was not interested, or maybe he was not interested in the reality TV itself, because we all know that the reality TV comes and it takes your life. But you could see that Somizi was like, he was very, very interested in showing us his love. He was so proud of this love. He was that. And thereafter, after whatever that season was, season 3 or season 4, we heard rumors that Mohale cheated on him and Somizi found him somewhere. It was his birthday, it was Mohale's birthday, and Mohale decided to spend it with someone else. That is another red flag, that is another crack that was there in his relationship. This is way before he committed into even marriage, and thereafter he still fixed things with Mohale, and after fixing things with Mohale, he even made it official to a point where they were soon engaged, and then soon there was a talk of marriage. There was a talk of actually three weddings. They were gonna have a traditional wedding, a white wedding, and also they were gonna have a wedding outside the country. We were like, wow, we were happy for Somizi, but I must say personally, I was already worried for Somizi. I'll give you two reasons why I was worried for Somizi. I was worried for Somizi because in the season prior to him planning the wedding, already I could see when I was watching TV, when I was watching that season, that actually Somizi was into Mohale more than Mohale was into Somizi. And that thing, I think, is just a recipe for disaster, because now when the feeling is not mutual, here's a problem. The person that is into love, in too deep, is the one that is going to sacrifice a lot for the one that is not in too deep into the marriage. The marriage wants two committed people that can give the marriage 100% each, not 50-50, but 100% each. Now, according to my observation of the matter, I did not see Mohale giving the 100% into that relationship. And on the other hand, I could see Somizi going 150, if not more, into that relationship. It was like he was buying the love of this guy. That is my reason number one. Reason number two is that for me, I may not be right, my opinion may not be right, but I feel like a guy has to grow up just a bit before they commit into marriage. Mohale was about only 23-24 when Somizi was now feeling like it's time for commitment for the two of them. He forgot that Somizi, there was a time when he was 25 and he was busy building his own career. At that time, he was not thinking about settling down with anyone. So it was not fair for him, as the older person in that relationship, to expect that the younger person who's 24, 25, no, 23, 24, to be committing into a relationship, whereas he's supposed to be building his own empire, building his own legacy, building his own career. To a point where it didn't look like Mohale was still studying after that. It looked like Mohale was no longer. You could see that now maybe Somizi decided that, no baby, sit, just worry not, I'll take care of you, you don't have to study. Because when he introduced him to us, they said he was still studying, he was a student. But after then, it did not seem like he was still studying. Now, he felt like he needed to commit to a 24-year-old, forgetting that when he was 24 years, he was building his career, he was there everywhere, he was touring all over the world. So there was just unfairness on his side to expect that somebody who's 24 will settle down with him just because he's in his 40, he's tired of life, He has built whatever that he wanted to build, and now he wanted to settle down. It was not fair at all. So then he somehow, I feel like he coerced Mohale into marrying him. It looked like it was coercion. I may not be right. Let us differentiate between forcing a person and coercing the person. Forcing a person is clear that you are forcing a person to do things that they do not want to do by force. But coercion exists as well. When you persuade a person, you pester them to a point where they're just giving in. That is coercion. The person does not want to do this, but you are busy giving them reasons. You are busy pestering them on one thing, nagging them to a point where they may say, it's fine. Okay, sharp. To me, as an outsider, Somizi's relationship looked like a coerced one. And he married Mohale Mtaung in a lavish, very nice wedding celebration that had so many rules. I remember one of the rules on the white wedding was that people who were invited were supposed to have red bottom shoes. Nice. It was lavish. It was all that and more. Now, here's the problem. Shortly after then, there was a rumor that they were separated. Shortly after their white wedding, months after, there was rumors that they were not together anymore and they were not seen anymore. And Somizi, being Somizi, he was the person that was forever there. He was forever showing us their life together. Him and Mohale were like, the pictures were everywhere, which is not a bad thing for a couple that is in love. But even then, it looked like Somizi was more into Mohale than Mohale was into Somizi. It looked like that. I don't want to lie. Now, here is a problem. After a year, I think, or after months again into their breakup, there was an audio that circulated. This audio, let us not make a mistake. In this audio, you could hear Mohale talking and talking and talking. So it later appeared that the audio was recorded by Legend Mangele. Legend Mangele was recording this audio without Mohale being aware that he was recorded. In that audio, you could feel that Legend Mangele wanted Mohale to be part of the next season of Somizi's Living the Life with Somizi, which is this season that we are on right now. And Mohale was giving Legend Mangele the reasons as to why he cannot be. And he poured his heart to this person unknowingly that this person is busy recording. That is when the rumors of abuse surfaced, that actually Mohale was being abused by Somizi, allegedly. And he carried on to tell us that to tell Legend Mangele that he was abused emotionally and even physically. He told about the instances where he was beaten and so on, even his ribs and so on. There was a time when Somizi tried to get him out of the way with a car. He pushed him and he bumped his car. with his car and damaged Mohale's car and so on. And in that audio, it sounds like he does not even want anything from Somizi except for his clothes, his personal items, and his car fixed by Somizi. That was it. Now, that rumor sparked things as well, and it divided the nation into two equal parts, and not even equal. It divided the nation into two parts: people that support Somizi, people that see Mohale as a parasite, as a heist. They called him a heist. They called him an opportunist. They called him a parasite. They called him a person that was looking up to Somizi just for the sake, that was being in Somizi's life just for the sake of the things that Somizi has. And there were a few people that were like, we believe Mohale, we believe that he was abused by Somizi, and they called for cancel culture, and Somizi lost some of his deals with brands and with some of the jobs that he had at the time because of the violence that was claimed in the audio. So Legend Mangele made sure that he leaked that audio, and I believe it was on purpose. But I still try to understand what was his purpose. Was it for the world to see, for the country to see what kind of a person Somizi was? I do not know. Or that was for preparing the nation for living the life, the next season of living the life with Somizi, where we will not be seeing Mohale again. I don't know his reasons. But now, with the new season of living the life with Somizi, there are a few things that came up that were sparked. There is a lady called Nampri. Nampri is a lady that once accused Euphonic and DJ Fresh of dragging and raping her and the other lady. Yes, okay, she was more talking about herself. She even opened the case. That also caused Euphonic and DJ Fresh to be cut off from their respective jobs. Now Nampri, you can tell from Nampri's with that she is the person that is very much involved in the limelight, or in this business of celebrities, because she knows a lot. She tweeted about Somizi's friends. Amongst Somizi's friends is Chami, the one that I mentioned earlier. She mentioned Tammy, Dish. She mentioned Tato. She mentioned Brent Aksa. She mentioned Titimba, Pelobala, Moshendiki, Kelly Kumalo. As the people that knew, even Legend Mangele, that these were the people that knew the abuse that that Mohale endured under Somizi's marriage and under Somizi's control and under Somizi's hand. And she mentions Titimba as one of the people, and I think, did she also mention Unatsinkai as as another person that unfriended Somizi for the purpose of they did not want to be associated with an abuser. and it was clear that, oh, the other person that was in that was also mentioned was Vusinova. Vusinova in this, apparently Vusinova in this new season of Living the Life with Somizi, there is a part where he claims that he never liked Mohale. Instead, he just tolerated Mohale because Somizi loved Mohale. But he never said that to Somizi. He doesn't say, I did tell Somizi that I don't like this guy. So what kind of a friend is that? Because we're supposed to have at least told Somizi, so that even if Somizi does not listen to him, then he can claim today that I did tell him that I don't like that guy. But then because he wanted to be with him, I had to accept. So it doesn't sound like he did that. It didn't sound like he did that, but he claims he never liked Mohale. Uvusinova low. So he was quiet. It's fine. He's still quiet even now when Somizi beat Mohale according to Nampri, sorry. According to Nampri, there were times when even Moshendiki was there when there was a fight. Somizi was beating up Mohale, and Mohale was like, Ujwayele vela, you are used to this. It's fine in sharpening. Imagine that should tell the people that are there that, oh, okay, this is not the first time it happens. This is a thing that happens most of the time. Pelo Bala is accused of keeping quiet, as if he does not even have Twitter when all this happens. And he's also allegedly accused of giving a statement about abuse that was definitely speaking on behalf of abusers. But then Nampri says, but I understand why. Because remember, Pelo Bala and Moshendiki were married too, but it doesn't look like they are still together too. And there are claims of abuse as well in that relationship. And Titimba is said to be the person, even though he was frank, he's the one person that was very honest with Somizi to say, I do not like Mohale. And Somizi accused him of being jealous. I don't know why sometimes when we talk to our friends, we tell them that I don't like this, my hunch does not sit well with this person, or my feeling, like I can feel, my gut feeling tells me something is off about this guy. People would accuse you of being jealous. You cannot be jealous of your friend if you are honest with them. You're telling them your fears, and for them, no. But even though Titimba was the person that was honest enough to say, I don't like Mohale, when he saw the abuse that was happening between Mohale and Somizi and Mohale, he was the one that called out Somizi again to say, this is not how you do things. So for me, among all these friends, Somizi should know that the friend that was honest, that is a true friend to him, is actually Titimba. The rest are his friends. Yes, they may be celebrities, but it looks like they are his friends because he's got too much money, far more than them. For them to keep quiet when he does bad things, for them to keep quiet when he abuses the other person in a country where we are busy fighting gender-based violence and abuse between partners, and they are keeping quiet about Kelly Khumalo. Kelly Khumalo Like, it's not surprising, shame for me. It's not surprising. He's got his own things. She's got her own things. You can just tell that she has got problems, her own problems. I think she's a bit like more self-centered, and is everything is just about her. If she benefits, no one cares. If she benefits, no one matters. That's how I feel about Kelly Kumalo. If she could not care about the father of her child, why should she care about anyone else? So it's not surprising. Now, about Hato Matuka or Tato Matuke, these are the people that I mentioned by Nampre, that they sat and did nothing, and they witnessed, all these people witnessed Mohale being beaten up by Somizi. So Somizi thought he can beat up a person into loving him. According to what I'm getting here, hence I say, even that marriage, it was coercion. It was not forced, but it was coercion. And the way you could tell that he was taking Mohale into exotic places and expensive bags, all these things, rich munisi outfits and so on. I swear to you, he was using money to coerce Mohale into agreeing to marry him and stay with him, forgetting that Mohale is young, number one. Somizi into Mohale is young, and Mohale may not be into him the way he was. He cannot tell me he did not see the signs. He cannot tell me that he did not see the red flags. He ignored the red flags. He ignored all the signs that were there that he was supposed to have considered before he entered into a marriage partnership. And thereafter, let's talk about something. Somizi, with all but clever bahai, all bu wise bahai, we think Somizi as a wise person. Then he goes, hence I'm saying this is part of coercion. He goes and marries someone and do not sign any prenup. He signs, he does not even sign. He gets into a partnership of lobola that automatically serves as in community of property. He cannot tell me he didn't know that. He did know that. It was part of his coercion for Mohale to think that, oh, okay, I'm so loved, even he is sharing everything with me. It was part of coercion. He knew. Somizi is too clever for him not to know that if you are marrying someone traditionally, that is community of property. Somizi has got attorneys, has got lawyers, has got managers, he has got managing teams. He cannot come and say, I didn't know. So for us to call Mohale a heist, whatever, a person that took money from Somizi is wrong. Somizi wanted this. He wanted to do this for Mohale because he was using it as a coercion for him to take Mohale into his life, coercing Mohale into agreeing marriage with him. And do you think he learned anything from that? No. I'll tell you why. He is doing the same thing to another guy. There is a new guy in his life called Poloso. Poloso is a person that many of us didn't know, even though he looks like he's already established. He's got many of his own things and maybe his millions, because it looks like he's a person that, but fact remains, he's unknown. After meeting Somizi and being with Somizi, he will now be known. So whatever he he has is going already up just by Somizi, just by association with Somizi. His wealth, if it was here, it's certainly gonna be here after him meeting Somizi, after him being associated with Somizi. Wherever he is right now, his wealth is already increasing by being with Somizi. Now tomorrow, when things do not go well with him and Somizi, are we now gonna accuse him again of he used Somizi to grow his wealth? He used Somizi for fame, for clout. He used Somizi for this and this. Somizi wants to be used. Somizi is the one that approaches these young boys. He's the one that take those boys and introduce them to us. He can keep them private if he wants. No, he doesn't want that. He introduces them. He puts them into our faces so that we do know them. The world knows them. The world acknowledges them. So we cannot come back and say that. And then they used Somizi. Somizi is not a victim here. Besides, Somizi, the allegations of abuse, I choose to believe them, that he did abuse Mohale. Even on the season 5, living the life of with Somizi, when he is asked if he beat Mohale, he says people focus on the end product. People focus on what happens after. We are not focusing at what caused that. That is an answer of an abuser. That is an answer of an abuser blaming the victim for provoking him. And so many abusers are saying such. So that tells me that this is not a mistake. Somizi is an abuser, on top of him being the convicted sex offender. He was found guilty in the court of law years ago for molesting, not even molesting, actually he raped that guy. He did rape that guy. So because then at that time it was not rape, it was not called rape, because he was, oh did he, oh let me not say he raped that guy. But actually he violated that guy. He sexually violated that guy. So he's not just a sexual offender, he is also an abuser. We love him, I love him, but that does not change that he is an abuser. And I choose to believe Mohale. Mohale was beaten up by Somizi. There were friends that witnessed that decided to keep quiet. So I choose to believe Mohale, and Mohale did not do anything. He did not even talk about this, except for the person recorded him and spread that because that person wanted the nation to know. It was very intentional. So I think it's high time we stop blaming the victims for things that happened to them. And I really believe that Somizi had a choice to keep his partner private. We wouldn't know Mohale if he had done that. So he's the one that pushed Mohale into our faces. It's not Mohale's problem that the world knows him and the world acknowledges him and the world is using he is also using the opportunities, because I cannot turn an opportunity down just because now you are no longer in my life. Where is the opportunity presents to myself? So Mohale benefits from Somizi's, I don't know what to call it, but it was his choice. He's the one that introduced Mohale. Whereas we've got many celebrities in this country that we do not know their partners because they are avoiding such things. So he's the one that pushed Mohale into this forced Mohale into living the life with Somizi, whereas you could see Mohale was on his phone, was not interested, didn't want to be, didn't want to be featured on living the life with Somizi. That was clear. But he coerced. He coerced because he likes control. He controls these boys, hence he cannot date people his age. Maybe he thinks he will be younger when he is involved with younger people. I don't know. Or while he is doing this is because he wants people that he will control, and it's easier to control younger people than people your age. So all these people, Somizi, they are your fans. Bo Vusinova, don't ever think they are your friends. They are not your friends, they are your fans, and they only stick with you because you've got money. If you were to be broke tomorrow, it's clear they are never gonna be there. Bo Loshia Kuba, Bo Kelly Kumalo, Bo Tami, Bo Tato, Bo Brent Aka, who is said Brent Aksa is said to be the manager of Connie Ferguson, Tembisiete, and Leanne Manas. The person was asking, do you guys know your manager is actually a protector of abuse? So that's my take on Somizi's matter. I see no problem with Mohale even claiming half the assets that of Somizi. He is entitled to them. He is entitled by law. He is entitled. So if I'm entitled to something by law, why should I say no? I mean, like I was coerced into agreeing to marry you, whereas it was clear to everyone that I was not interested in marrying you. Hey man, unsugate, it's not about you married in community of property. It's not about give me what's mine, take what's yours. It's a mine. It was your choice. Hore unkenye life in your house. Ke sa o kopa wa nsugela wa nkenya di assets tsa hao. Somizi o kentse Mohale di assets tsa hae. Nothing. Hona mthana mo beile sethunya hloho. Number one, he's the oldest one. He was supposed to be wiser, and he has many people surrounding him legally and so on. And I think he did not take their advice. He needs to pay for the mistake that he did so that he learns from it before he moves on into Poloso's life, because he is doing exactly the same thing that he did with Mohale, now with Poloso. That's my take on the matter, and let me hear your take on this matter. Please comment on the comment section. Leave a comment, please. I would like to hear your views. Like, share, and please subscribe. Thank you, my darlings. While at it, set up the notification bell so that you can see the other videos that I will upload. Thank you so much. I love you. Bye bye.